Shalom, this is Doug, KI7LIK, with Douglas V Amateur Radio and more. I did finally get the masts up, the 4x4 masts, and attached the 1-inch conduit to those rather than just directly to the wall. But first, here's some tools and supplies that I used. I used a 1/4-inch impact driver. It doesn't really matter which one you get. I just use that one for work. And I used that with this to attach these 1/4-inch by 4-inch tap cons. I probably could use longer ones, maybe 4.5 or 5-inch. I don't know if those are available or not. And I used these to drill holes in the 4x4s, and this concrete bit to drill into the block wall. And then I used this half-inch this half-inch bit to countersink into the drill, into the 4x4 a little bit, to make sure that these could properly seat, properly attach to the wall. And then to attach the 1-inch conduit, I use this, and I just use this lag bolt in there to attach them to the wall, the 4x4s, and I use these eyelets like this for mast and all that. And I was going to use these, but I didn't like how they held the mast up, so I started using these standoffs. I think that's what they're called. Now out to the mast to see it in action. There they are in action. The 4x4 is about 12 feet off the ground, and about another 3 feet above that is the mast, where it gets at about 15 feet. And here's the standoff, and then there's the countersunk fasteners into the concrete block wall. And then I may use that as another mount point for tightening for the rope, the guy line, but that'll have to be when I actually get Dacron cord for the guy lines. Here's another view of the east end of the 40-meter dipole with the other mast. And here's where here's the mast that on the west end, and the south end of the 20-meter dipole with the eye bolt up top, and where they all tie together with the Dacron, or excuse me, the cheap paracord. One of my neighbors having fun here on Labor Day. Here's a little bit closer look of countersinking the fasteners. And I put 3 sets of 2 on each one to make sure it can stay there, and I'll see how well it works. And I think that's only about 1.5 feet, 2 feet above. I didn't measure that one before I fastened everything down. And I think I'm going to get a 8 or 10 foot fiberglass ladder A-frame, so that I can have a little easier time doing it, or just buy tools. Another thing, this October, a month or so away, when it starts cooling down, I'm going to start doing maintenance on and checking antennas, especially those two. I haven't really done much maintenance on them. Maybe start replacing, checking out coax. Seems like the fall is a good time to do that when it's starting to cool off a little bit. And since we live in Phoenix, it gets really hot out here, and you don't want to work too much in the afternoon in August and September. That's a quick overview of what I did for the 40 and 20 meter dipoles. I am going to add another one over there to get it up a little higher on that end after I clean up those and process the wood over there and get that all cleared out and usable for later. It's all dried out, so I can burn it, and if there's not a no burn day. Each time I show you all this stuff, I think of Back to the Future, where Doc tries to explain he didn't have time to clean it up or make it nice. Yo, I bless and have a great evening.